All right, I would like to welcome in now Sheriff Don Barnes, also the coroner of Orange County, California. He was one of the people you saw there taking part in that hearing. Sheriff Barnes, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. You did testify yesterday on Capitol Hill. What was most important to you to convey to those lawmakers?
I think the issue that first, it's a complex issue. It's not doing any one thing. And what I was trying to convey that the Halt Fentanyl Act is a great first step by returning analogs permanently scheduled as Schedule 1 drugs, because any minor tweak to the chemical composition can exclude that from prosecution. But it's not just one thing, it's doing 12 things simultaneously that's going to get us out ahead of solving these problems, including precursor chemicals, the border, of course, pill presses being sold into Mexico, and of course, the crisis we have north of the border, creating our own demand with our addiction issues that we have to address with people getting them into sobriety. It's all those things at once. It's not any one thing, or else we're just playing whack-a-mole with the problem going forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, you bring up such a good point that there are so many facets to this. Sheriff, what are you seeing there in Orange County, and how has it changed since you took office in 2019?
Interestingly, I also run my own crime lab. We saw the first presence of fentanyl back in 2015 west of Mississippi. We started taking very proactive efforts going forward. And we've been trying to get the California legislature to include enhanced penalties for fentanyl, similar to enhanced penalties for trafficking cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine. And it's been rejected year after year after year. And it created this perverse environment for the cartels to traffic pure fentanyl because the consequences were far less in doing that. And in a 2-year period, we saw some of those numbers. In a 2-year period, my agency alone, which is nowhere near the size of CBP, we seized half a ton of pure fentanyl powder and almost 3 million fentanyl pills that were pressed to look like Xanax, OxyContin, oxycodone, that have no pharmaceutical qualities in them other than fentanyl. In fact, DEA reported that upwards of 99% of pills bought on the black market don't have any pharmaceutical quality. They're only fentanyl. We could probably round that up to 100%. If you buy a pill from outside a pharmacy, not through a pharmacy, it has the highest probability that it contains fentanyl. And as a county coroner, we do toxicology on fentanyl-related deaths. We've had deaths as high as 36 times the lethal level of fentanyl in an overdose death from fentanyl. The cartels are really good at making these pills look legitimate. They're not really good chemists. They can't blend them to be consistent. So one pill may have 1/10 the amount, and the next pill may have 10 times the amount. And our kids and young adults are literally playing Russian roulette with these pills they're buying on the black market.
Yeah, and that is what is so scary. Sheriff, you correctly point out there are many layers to this problem. It's not just one thing, but we are seeing swift action from President Trump. We're only in the 3rd week of his new term. Now he's specifically targeting fentanyl. Do you think it will make a difference?
I think it already has made a difference at the border. If you look at attempted border crossings, it has reduced significantly. Last Monday, it was just over 500 attempted border crossings. And what that means is it frees up resources at the border to address other transnational threats like fentanyl trafficking, human trafficking, and other things. I think we're going to see some pivots from the cartel. We'll probably see increased maritime trafficking along our western border, the Pacific Ocean, which we've been dealing with for years. But I think the ability to surge the border and be on offense for a change rather than playing defense is going to be one of the biggest benefits for this country.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, where you are located geographically, if you are seeing a difference, that is certainly saying something. Sheriff, my last question for you. Ideally, what else would you like to see done when it comes to trying to stem the flow of illicit drugs into our country?
Well, we need 2 things. First, we need the resources. Height of the high-intensity drug trafficking areas needs to be re-upped. We need more money for locals to be able to stay in the fight on fentanyl. And then you have to deal with going back. If we go back to the supply chain issues and go all the way back to China, get them to stop their chemical companies from producing the precursors and then transiting those down to the border, that's probably one of the first steps. And then, of course, securing our border. You can't have national security on a lot of other fronts, not just fentanyl, but for terrorism and human trafficking, all these other harms that are being created. We have to secure our border. We can't have national security without a secure border and control who's coming into this country.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.